All right, yo, Polygondwanaland. I hope I said it right. I reacted to Nonagon Infinity last week, and I could not. I since then stopped listening to it. I've literally been listening to it. I never hit the stop button. It just kept going. It just kept going, and I've literally thought this whole time, I really want to hear another Giz album. I want to go hard to the paint, and nearly everybody in the comments section noticed that I was dealing with a copyright battle, and they were like, dude, do this album. Dude, do this album. So I'm doing that album, and I can't wait, because I'm going to be honest, I was telling Stream, I'm currently streaming this on Twitch. Feel free to check out the video description if you want to know where that is. But I was just telling everybody that I'm actually gonna buy a Giz t-shirt. They've literally inspired me that much. Like, and I don't just buy a band t-shirt lightly. If I have it, it's because I care. It's because I really care, guys. So we're gonna hit the play button. Before I do, though, and before I react to all 10 of these friggin' songs, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are valuable. I said that already. I've burned the fern before this. You're deserving of love, and I'm so thankful for even a moment of your time. Guys, without further ado, Polygondwanaland. Here we go. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Oh, I gotta hit this play button. There we go. Let's pull the lyrics up. Kind of a Santana vibe on the guitar. There's a lot happening with the guitars here. There's really crazy kind of sounds here. But the lyrics are what's kind of caught me. Meet me, glassy-eyed, blind and divine. Hold down the fort on the coastline. The castle is a pimple on the face of the world. A humble spot for tracks to drop if you listen. They throw the rhyme because they're fucking genius. I feel like this is kind of lore building here too. This is cool.
Through the bricks to the sea, crumbling castle. Waters rising up, thick and green, crumbling castle.
This is interesting from my perspective here too, because while I've heard this song, I saw it live on KEXP, right? So now that I'm seeing it in this vibe, it's totally different. Like, I'm hearing the microtonal things, but more than anything, like, I'm understanding what's being said because I'm seeing the lyrics. It's a different way to consume. This is dope. I really, and again, their production value is immaculate.
Inching closer each century, crumbling castle. Are we safe in our citadel?
And I would also agree that it has a very 60s vibe to it. I described kind of like a jet. My first impression was kind of like a Jefferson Airplane sort of sound. Okay, also, if you listen to the drums, when they do the rolls, they pan from the left ear to the right ear, and you can literally hear it travel, and it'll feel like you're hearing it from this ear, then it goes, and you'll feel like you're hearing it in both ears, then it'll all go to this ear. It's super dope. Yeah, 60s sound with 2010s production. Absolutely. Very good way to put. And yeah, I was about to say, I'm hearing so many like vocal takes in there, which is super fucking dope. Like the Crumbling Castles. I'm hearing that one, and that's kind of why I was initially like doing that. Oh shit. Oh shit. There's a lot happening here. Okay, so there's the doon 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 on the bass, which it keeps happening like one measure past when I think it's gonna come in. Then there's this low, like Pink Floyd vibey from like On the Run, in Dark Side of the Moon. It's like, are you hearing that? This is unbelievable. There's so much in this to pick apart. I hope you're wearing with headphones right now. They sang the word tinnitus, which is, if you did not know, the ringing one gets in ears. This is so cool. Like wow, this is so cool. Who's singing the part? The filth forms into great nastiness. Who's doing the low part? Part of the song. was the best part of the song for me so far, by far. And those guitar tones went into this crazy drum roll. Like this is two different drummers territory, right? Is that correct?
Into dust. I don't want nothing but to live on. The ache inside my key spurs me on. I don't want to be invisible.
Is that a flute I'm hearing? Who's playing the flute? They also had, that vocal take was pretty interesting because they had, I'm going to go back a little bit so you can hear it, but if you hear the words crumbling, you'll hear one guy says crumbling the same way the whole time, the other one crumbling, crumbling, crumbling. Change time signature again. Pink Floyd noises.
I see through the bricks to the sea, crumbling castle, inching closer each century, crumbling castle. Waters rising up, big and green, crumbling castle. Are we safe in our citadel?
All right, now I'm hearing a distant harmonica, but this, I want to kind of go back and just revisit this part because there was a lot in here that just made
Through the bricks
my mind is full of fuck.
to the sea, crumbling castle, inching closer each century, crumbling castle. Waters rising up, big and green, crumbling castle. Are we safe in our citadel?
I want you to do something. So there's these really mega fast drum rolls, right? But what I want you to do is if you close your eyes and you pay attention to both your left and your right ear, you can hear both different drum sets. It's actually amazing. Like their mixing and mastering on this thing is maybe some of the best I've ever heard for rock music. Like truly, I would be amazed to see what their files look like. Like how many takes they do if they're doing this live, because I absolutely know that they have the potential to do that. This is nuts. This is maybe one of the most overstimulating pieces of music I've ever heard. There are so many things going on. This is genuinely one of the coolest arrays of sounds I've ever heard, because this is such a sound bath this is such a sound bath. Like, I'm sitting here literally picking apart so many different like individual noises while feeling like my body is vibrating. And I don't know another way to describe that, but that's what's happening. Such a different vibe than the KEXP thing. In fact, I found that this particular listen was a more it hit me a lot harder, right? Because there was a lot more in my face. It was easier to digest, but in a lot of ways it wasn't, because there was so many different things to pick apart that I had like the ability to listen to. This is so much more high fidelity than like the KEXP Studio, and like, you know, they worked on it to make it like perfect. There's no doubt. That was absolutely gnarly. I mean, that song hits so different on the album. I loved seeing it live, but this meant something to me totally different, and I'm really glad. I right now I'm finding that I like this one more, but it's sitting a bit fresher. I need to go back and watch the KEXP version and see how that goes. That was amazing. Also, the Middle Eastern guitar vibes on that, wow. That really was such a crazy blend of psychedelia, of 60s and 70s dynamic rock. It was I mean, that was just yeah, that was really good. Ooh. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. This is a goofy jump beat. I love that bass. They have such a consistent bass sound. This is that Mustang bass, isn't it? I really like this. I kind of get Toll vibes, but I also kind of get like, again, a Middle Eastern sort of musical sound, but also like modern indie rock. You know what I mean? With some of the guitar tones here, this is super cool. It's very it's, again, there's also the psychedelia thing. And again with lore, which is really cool. But I really love all of this. But I love it for different reasons than what I loved about Nonagon. Jeez. almost entrancing, and I'm gonna go back a little bit because I heard an interesting sound beginning there. I mean, this might have been, I've liked a lot of songs, but like this one's hitting me different. Am I hearing microtone guitars or a different instrument altogether? Will somebody say that? This is, by the way, I'm almost to the point that I want to hear this song again. I'm not going to do it, but right now this is kind of sitting at top for me on the album for sure. This definitely, I was over here wowed by Crumbling Castle, but this is really like, this one is invoking emotion out of me.
Follow where the river runs. We're gonna get it there. Polygondwanaland.
Concept album, we're in another song. That transition was bitchin'.
Opened her mouth and spat into a vast sea, larger and bluer than a cloudless sky, muscular, prodigious, immortal. But out
This kind of reminds me of like Rivendell. This is interesting. This has a lot of like electronica kind of vibes to it, kind of like LCD sound system a little bit. But then like just the way it transitioned from Polygondwanaland to this song was so smooth. Like I want to go back and again it kind of reminds me of like Rivendell by Rush a little bit. You know what I mean? Like this song is kind of a vibe.
vast sea, larger and bluer than a cloudless sky, muscular, prodigious, immortal. But our vessel was invulnerable. It was well built. The boat rocked me into sleep, and I floated through a deep dream, smooth sailing through the castle in the air.
People living peaceful with bonobos and the stony hammers. Oh God, that covetousness.
They sang the word covetousness. I fucking love these guys. This is so nerdy and cool. This is everything I want in music. And like in different parts, they rock hard. They like, oh my God, this is... I'm gonna go back so you can hear the bass line walking down and up. This is so cool. And like the guitar vibe is like that. Wow. This is amazing. The way it transitioned in there, I want to go back. Do you hear the way that bass line is slapping in? This part? That dinosaurs part was just a total descent. There was nothing that made sense about any of it, and it like that rang a tuning fork in my spine, like in my loins, like. Whew. If you're listening for the low voice too, it's also back. So they're also in this album very much like Nonagon Infinity. They're very self-referential to their previous songs, and I think that's pretty amazing. But it makes sense if it's a concept, right, that they would revisit. So okay, there's no lyrics here, so I'm gonna just let this play out, and I'm gonna like drink some of my Spindrift. But what's so amazing about this, right? Like we're about to go into what I assume is about a 2-minute instrumental here, and this is again kind of one of those, like, it's beginning to me to sound like more of like a synth breakdown of instrumental, kind of like Floyd vibes. Like from Wish You Were Here or Dark Side specifically, but like or maybe Animals too. But this is Okay, so the synths were also panning. So the whole time that shit was happening, and by the way, what's up, Jordan? We got a moderator in the house. Jordan, love you. The whole time that shit was happening, though, all of the synth noises that were happening were bouncing, like ping ponging from ear to ear, and they were literally traveling from like only right ear, both ears, or like progressively less right ear and progressively, you know, more left ear, to where like all here, none here, to where it's kind of going like it's nuts. This whole thing, this is a production masterpiece. And like the amount of just noises that they're making work, and not to mention like the time signature breakdowns, like they're writing a fucking story while they're at it. This is unbelievable. Like this is art. Ooh. I feel like I'm almost hearing like a guitar where he's using like a Pog or a polyphonic octave generator, or like a weirdly tuned bass, or played like I don't know what that noise is. Like a baritone guitar maybe? Microtones are so cool. Microtones are so cool. Oh, I'd never heard of them before.
Meet with me in the dark off the street.
Ooh.
We'll start believing secretly utopia, freedom in the inner cell. Look for me with the beak, a crooked arm, center leaves, a void between, foul stench of those above, whispering in the cell. Deaths of the dead will descend on his head and extend to the family's hubris.
Wow.
Under the skin, insurrection from hollow logs, from shallow streets and dry sea. And just walk through the night to a place clandestine. Free your mind, disregard all you know. Infiltrate the inner cell. You must not accept his sick.
This is so this too. Like I just
Free your mind.
you should not. Wait, you must not. This
Must not accept his sick version of life itself. Disrespect everything. Multiply in the cell. Dance of the dead
ooh.
will descend on his head and extend.
There's no microtones on this album at all? There's no way. There's none? This is nuts.
To the families.
There's just this crazy tension. Maybe it's created because of the time signatures being off. Like maybe it's not a keys thing I'm hearing. But there's this like real, like it fits, but it doesn't sound like it fits. Like almost like it gives you a sense. And I know it's because they change a lot of their time signatures and they play crazy offbeats. But there's such a this is gnarly. This is like this has been maybe one of the more interesting and complex, if not like, and so I think sometimes people, if they don't think it sounds hard if it's not loud, but I'm hearing it literally like a billion noises right now, in both ears, and they're bouncing back and forth. Like, this is nuts. And this part has some like kind of resolve to it from under the skin that, like, even with that tension, like, it's almost like kind of got a major key element to it that's lifting it back up. Do you hear that? Like, listen, this difference. So I had the suspicion that psychedelics were a thing, but that they put those two words side by side. Yeah. So, okay. Here is the quick and easy answer. This was maybe the most complex piece of music I'll hear all week. Like, this was an artistic journey. Like, this it was like an epic, you know? Like, this was nuts. I also very much somebody asked if I have a background in music. I have a very meager background in music. I'm not, like, I've not formally studied. I am a self-taught musician of several instruments, and I played with a band that literally did nothing. Well, barely nothing. We did some cool stuff. We got to travel a bit and heard our song on the radio, and that was cool. But that was literally about the most meager background in music I have. Nothing formal whatsoever, my guy. But this was like beyond my understanding of music and rhythm, and it was just moving. There's so many different things happening there that, like, there was a lot to comprehend about it. Like, I think it's Oop, I didn't want to go to the queue. I wanted now playing view. Yes. So we are on Inner Cell. So, geez, these songs are going way too fast. I've also played music my whole life, though. Like, I was very fortunate in that I was kind of just one of those guys that picked up instruments, and I just had the gumption to be able to play them. No. most underrated thing that I'm not seeing nearly enough. I thought it was a theremin too, by the way, but the bass on this song, nobody has said okay, so there you go. Geez, my knees, you were the first person that said what I was thinking. The bass line in this is literally like the tuning fork in my loins right now. Listen for it when it comes in. It's so profound. That was the lyric that made them, a metal band. I think that was maybe one of the most solid things I've heard typed so far. You're absolutely right. The synth reminds me here of Shine On You Crazy Diamond. The latter half, not the first half. Like, I'm not talking about, you know what I mean? I'm talking about the last parts like 6 through, that's what that version. Yes, absolutely. Yes, we're on the same page here. And it's got a little bit of like a kind of like a Welcome to the Machine sort of tension to it with but they're singing and like it's the polyrhythms make it feel like it. I don't know why this feels this way, but the polyrhythms makes it feel to me like it's not in the standard key. My brain is melty. God. This is why we came back. The drums in this song kind of gave me like a Keith Moon from the Who era, a Keith Moon era from the Who drum sound, but obviously with a lot more bangs of the drum. This album has very much felt to me kind of like 70s metal met like psychedelia, like Floyd met Rush, met fucking Metallica in some places. Like they recorded the album in the Middle East, and this is easy. Like I've never heard such a there's such an array of sounds here. It's such a blend of music I've never heard. I'm actually inspired sitting down right now. Like, and I was moved by the other album as well, but I'm finding that I'm really taken by this one. Ooh, yes. I love this little lick. That's what I'm saying. Like the lyrics here are incredibly difficult, like to sing. Like, not to mention in the timing, they have to think, and they're also all of them playing instruments as they go. This is one of the most mind-fuckiest albums I have ever heard in my whole friggin' life. And I gotta tell you, I've gone out of my way to hear some mind-fucky music. I think maybe not as much as some. That whatever. I'm sure anybody can out mind fucking music me, but I feel like I've gone pretty far out of my way. But the dynamics behind this is truly like they're students of music. They're not just a band. Like, this is a bunch of virtuosos that got together that were students of music that said, let's try some mind-bending shit that's never been done, and then they went and fucking did that while showing their influences, but also very inarguably maintaining their own stance as their own individual band. This is absolutely, I can't say enough about this. Like, I every time I listen to their shit, I gain massive amounts of respect, and I end up having to chew on it forever and ever. And I'm truly blown away. This is a lot to chew. Just so I know, Stu is porn stash, right? Porn stash mullet? Mullet stash? Right? Okay, for the record and the video, in case nobody knows, no, porn stash is actually Joey. Just so you know. Stu is the guy that kind of looks like me, according to Riker. They switched again. The low voice came in again. Da 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 da. Stolen by the despot, a journey made over the west. Having had his eyes gouged, left without the gift of sight to face his true destroyer. Across the land he walked with death, parading his arse aware of apparition. The castle walls are twist of Is Stu Samurai? Yamaha Samurai?
Sit down, weary traveler. I am not what you seek. Join me in a meal to hear of my repentance. Lift the veil from your eyes and look beyond the three. Now you know to behind this
Tetrachromacy. Dear fuck. Son of a bitch. Oh, and now we're in a song that's called Tetrachromacy. Dope. Ooh, with an acoustic guitar. Wow. They're talking. I heard a story could be true about a color under blue. You couldn't see it with your eyes or invent with intellect, like the inverse of color blindness. Like I heard about this place, but you can't even imagine it. Like you can't imagine it like inversing color blinded. Jesus, dear fuck. Did you hear that synth come in right there? That was gnarly. You know what's wonderful is the harmonica accents that I hear. I've said that Ambrose has my favorite voice, and I've not heard him sing on this. Like what Ambrose has done with the Murlocs has been awesome, but hearing him really wail on the harmonica over the last two albums has been gnarly. percussives here. There's a lot of percussives here. This is nuts. That transition kind of felt like it went from like 80s Sting vibe, maybe early 90s Sting vibe, into a really cool, different thing altogether. Does anybody else hear that random guitar that's being pulled from the bottom string up? Kind of like... I'll point it out next time I hear it. More like kind of synthy sounds, like so very, that you hear what I'm talking about? That guitar sound sounds like the intro to Welcome to the Machine. That's what it sounds like to me. Like the guitar noise before Welcome My Son, Welcome to the Machine. That sound. Okay, first of all, I'm analyzing information now. Okay, I am a god. That is nuts. That's a statement in this here lore. That was pretty nuts. So that's also very interesting because at the end of it, a machine was God, and the guitar sounds I was hearing were identical to Welcome to the Machine. I'm going to go back in to do that transition here, but I do want you guys to understand that we're gonna go here, Welcome to the Machine, after this song and compare. Just that'll be after the video. That'll be Twitch exclusive. No, I clicked the wrong one. No, it was supposed to be this. Oh my god. this whole thing is lit. This kind of reminds me of the Allman Brothers a bit. Jessica. That I just want to hear that whole thing again, and I know they changed it up there, but that whole I believe the high, that this was so fucking cool. I just want to go back to that because that whole thing is madness. Everything that just heard, that was a descent into chaos, what we just heard. In timing. I was sitting there listening for when it was all going to line back up, and then when it finally did and went back into like the Allman Brother type riff, my heart just felt full. Like that was so good. Like that really, it's like the music builds you up to such a tension that you just want it to go back to sounding kind of normal the way music works, and then it does for like a little bit, and there's just this huge relief that comes with that moment. What delivery! So is it just me, or do psychonauts get Giz in a totally different way than most people?
Eyeballs pop at my feet. I walk the streets, only supreme can see all that has been, all that beneath that eye is free. I am nobody, Tetrachromacy.
The way the singing, I am omnipresent for the many fingers, many, unless they switch it up there because Tetrachromacy. What, you hear that? We have an instrumental. Or just some whaley synth. Ooh. Just a nice little sound bath to wash all of that mud off. Just a nice little robotic hello. I mean, yeah, this is sounding sort of psychedelic. The hello at the end is a vinyl exclusive Easter egg. Well, let's see if Spotify got it. Oh. Yo, I gotta be honest. I don't know if I liked this better than Nonagon Infinity, but I liked this different than Nonagon Infinity. I imagine I will spend. Ooh, it's getting louder. Yo. So, first of all, was that last song, The Fourth Color, was that song referenced in The Evil River? Because I felt like there was no, and you're right, there was no hello. But I felt like that song was referenced in The Evil River. I felt like I heard bits of that, but maybe I'm just hearing reminiscent sounds. I could be wrong. Second of all, my favorite song from the album was Polygondwanaland, all the way up until I heard The Fourth Color. And I'm probably going to have to give the album another listen to decide which one, but right now both of those two are kind of sitting up top, which is crazy because I went into this knowing that this was the album that Crumbling Castle was on, and I really kind of thought to myself that was going to be my favorite song on the album because that was the song I went in with a preconceived notion, you know? So that, yeah, I absolutely, it was just so different. Both albums have, I mean, I'm still hearing things in Nonagon that I missed the first several times I heard it. And I know that's going to be the same case for this one. I'm so excited to have another one to dig into. As far as how they go, though, I can't yet decide which one I like better. It's going to take me listening to both of them more. I am absolutely decidedly so on the t-shirt front though. So yeah, my birthday is July 29th. I'm going to buy myself a Giz t-shirt for my birthday. I will be 32 years old. So seems fair enough. Guys, thank you for being here. If you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate the absolute hell out of it. This was amazing. Giz is actually amazing. Like, I actually think I've found a band that could be like my favorite modern band, like my favorite active band. Oop, crap. Sorry if I just blew anybody's ears out, but yeah, YouTube. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all of the love. Thank you for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Thank you guys for your suggestions when it comes to the Giz thing. Give me your album suggestions for the next follow-up. Everybody, by the way, say thank you to the person Rumham, Rumham, because he's the reason I listen to Giz. He literally introduced it. He is a Rooski. We want to give that guy all of the shout outs, because I literally would not have found this if I hadn't if I hadn't known that guy. Guys, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Be the best until I see you next.